Okay. V'lo yadana b'hay idnos likum. So you don't know what time you're coming in and out. Therefore, like if you have on the roof, at least minach, that can be hide from you. The Rashi says the boy divrei sin of my hidden things. I will b'chatzer b'chatzer chaluk. Let me just turn up the light. B'chatzer chaluk divides, but both of them could be a tashmish that set up their use. And kol for each one b'kalkal in his portion. Kol shav for every moment. Below avdi b'milu, then you don't do things which are hid private because you know it's not private time. Okay, listen, you know, Amilam is Savru my Mechitza. Looked at another languages, they thought what is Mechitza meant. Plukta, it means division. This is from, okay. Niklasiv, Vitayi Mechitza Zeda, and it should be half the congregation, so as we had this earlier. But yeah. But even the Ratsu, since they wanted, now this means a division, since they want to do a division, bonus, the close of Bakarko, you've built the wall by force. Alma has a Biyashme, has a BDC. Hezek, which is of seeing their private stuff, is Shmei Hezek counts as Hezek, the name of Hezek. They says Kiditnan, Machitas Hakerem Shnifritzo, so as learned in the Mishnah, you have Machitas like a wall of a vineyard, Shnifritzo which broken open, Amalagad they tell him to wall it, Faz the Nifritzo goes back and reopens, Amalagad, yeah. So the point is it can be Mechitza can be wall. Um, Sorry. The name of my mechitza. What is it? Why don't we say that? What does it mean? Mechitza means wall. Good, because it's not as we learned in the brayso and this brayso here, which is mechitza came she never told him the god of his mechitza came which broke up of the vineyard which broke open. Tell him to wall it because chazra manifesta goes back when he opens and tell him to go the god. If you give up and then wall it and hurry that kiddush will become sanctified, and that meaning it's going to be cleansed. Yusin is obligated responsible for its to like repay the guy because he caused it to be cleansed. The time of the Rots, the reason is because they agreed to this and it meant wall. They agreed to make a wall. Hollow Rots, they did agree to make a wall, and Chayv you don't make a wall. Almak has a village, we see them as a is not called real hazard. He hawkly one as a coastal bone and also if so then when it says bone build the and they build the wall, they say build it, is what it needs to say, because it says if they want to build a mechitza, which you translate as wall, so then build a wall. No, build it. Elamai looked rather, what does it mean? It means division. What are you saying it means? It means division. They wanted to make a mechitza, wanted to make a division. They want to divide, is what they should have said. Okay, that means people say that Tana let's make a division. So that's a way of saying it. But he has a view, has a gift, has a view, has my area of Ratza, what does it mean? What do you need that they agree to do anything? Why have to agree to anything? I feel low Ratzinam if you don't want to at all. I'm a vast I'm real for the mission Mishustaining Kashem, but then Kaluga mission talking about there's not enough, not the laws of division because it's not big enough. But with the Ratza, and that's in the cases where he wanted to. And so Rashi says, Guda Bona Kozi the wall, Shalabanim of stone. Guda is coastal Avanim is a stone wall, but she is for the Kaluka, and the case would be if you say you want to build a wall, we're talking a chutzner with courtyard which has enough for a din of kaluka, meaning it's wide enough for each person to have something. You divide by force. One partner says I want out, and they switch. They split. The time is about the reason because they reach his the kaluka. Because they stipulated they should divide by the wall. With the wall of stone. All the Ratzin and also, but if they didn't want, they didn't agree. You don't obligate him. Elements even Balm, just a general, like I don't know, split of pegs. So the Kedar Minchi, and therefore, meaning if it meant wall, then it would be you would need has agreed would not be Shmei has that you couldn't force a wall. It only depends agreed to it. Kedar Minchi, the answer is like people say that's how you get let us make a split. It's a way of doing it. Tirutu is an answer. Shein Badin Kaluko doesn't have a Din Kaluko. Hekas Amos Lo Yifalku. 8 Amos, you should not divide it. Okay. I guess you have to put the wall in one of 4 Amos. I'm not sure. Okay. Shein Badin Kaluko. Who the rock? So Mike Mashalon, the Gemara says, what's the Chiddush? The Chilas were, the Gimel says, Kishaim Badin Kaluko, when there's no Dim Kaluko, Kiratsu Pligi, that when they want to agree together to divide it, and then you do divide it. Is that what the Chiddush is? So you're telling me it's because what do they want? They want it to divide. So are you telling me that if it doesn't have a Kaluka and they want to do it, you can divide? We are learned on the right. When is this? When is it? They don't want both to agree. Of much name wrote someone in time when they do both agree. If you even less than the measure, then you could divide. So whatever measure it is, you could divide if they all agree to it. Okay. Ime hasam have a mina people mepafas mikan b'masifas. And if them there, you would have said, okay, that mission does prove you can divide. But maybe I'll do this with a masifas wall, like a little peggy wall. Commercial and hacha closely up and comes teaches here that it's a wall, a stone wall. Lishni habalon lishni hach. Let's list this one, not list that one. Safe it's real. The answer is because there the safe is needed over there. Because we go to the shaf b'shis name wrote to me lachlokum and baiko. Writing of holy writing, even though they both want, you don't divide it because I guess it's holy books. But that's the chiddush over there, and that's where you can write just this one. Okay, because we call this Sefer Torah should be in one scroll. And Sefer Torah is written in a scroll like a Sefer Torah. Okay, so this is taken out. The Bach takes it out. No, sorry, the he takes it out. It's taken out. Okay, and the Bach has. This is from Dalet. Ratsu. Lo yachlokuhu. Ratsu mai. Mai habi. The hadabe. V'shikana miyad. Okay, lishna peni. V'chi ratsu mai hab. I think he puts it, this lishna achrina, adash mina. And I think this next question doesn't get the lishna achrina. So like it goes, v'chi ratsu mai hab. V'li hadabe. Let's see what they want. If they agreed, who cares? Let's just let them track. Amar Vasi, Amar Vyokan, Vishkan Miyad. Says in the name of Yochanan, where they made a Kenyan Lishna, we know the languages. Adam Yishma Ina, Vishayim, but when you see 4 teachers that there is no Din Kaluka, who the Ratzan, and then they had all agreed to the deal. Ashvina Vishma Din Kaluka, Vafli, the Lord. So just teaches a case where it does have Din Kaluka, and even if they don't want to. Yashvin Vishma Din Kaluka, if you thought a case of when there was enough to split, it have to be the Ratzan in the case of when even though they didn't agree. Having a shame, but then Chaluka are thought in the case when it's not enough for a division. Even if they want to agree, then no, it would be you couldn't divide. Kamashalon comes to teach that way. Comes to teach is different that you could even if once they agree, then you could split and you get a wall and everything. And we must say, are you really able to say this? Vakatani. Safe, but the same says they must remember man change name roads. And when is this when they don't? The time they don't both agree. I was man name roads. When they both do agree, then you divide it. My love doesn't mean on with a wall. Well, Mesivas the Gemara says no. That means on a wall, on a peggy wall, not a real wall. But Alma. Listen high below, listen high. List that one and don't list this one. Sorry. List this one, don't list that one. Safe for 3 flavor kiss. We call the shop vision name roads. By holy books, even though they both agree, you don't divide, and that's why I had to teach that case. Even though it's taught over here that assuming that division means mechitza means division, so that even though it's taught that if they want to make a division, you can then you build a wall. So then why is that case over there? That case teaches case because is different. Okay. Okay. Weiter. With what have you established, or how you establish that our Mishnah doesn't have it in the division? Even shame but then look every time the case is not enough for a dinner for a lot of division, it's too small. Figure out to my hobby when they both agree, who cares? Why can't they retract? I'm gonna ask the Yochanan says in the Yochanan Mishkan Miyaz, they made a Kenyan from them and that's forced made the deal work. Gemara says the Chikana Miyad my hobby, once they make a deal with it, I mean he took him he acquired it from his hands, who cares? Kenyan Devar Baal, it's just a Kenyan for words. And so that's what Rashi says. Kenyan Devarim who? Ve'ena Chalipin Akona El Vadavar Kanikna O Ma. It's only something which Chalipin doesn't work except for something which is acquired. Oh, B'Mechor Montana, either with a sale or with a gift. Okay. Yeah. Montana. Oshim Makarkos or make his property incumbent on something to owe something from the property. Shekinyan Kala Metalton, the Kenyan is calling the Metalton. The Kenyan is calling it, or Metalton, or it could be calling Metalton. You could be he has to grab something and change ownership a little bit to some extent of that thing. But otherwise, just words. Can you bomb Bishakana Miyad Baruchas, the Gemara says, the answer is Bishakana Miyad from this hand and with the direction. Zebar Lochelik Mizrach, it's decided for himself the eastern portion of Zebar Lochelik Maravis is what he wanted to decide from the western portion. Bishakana Miyad made a Kenyan from that hand. Miyad the Nik Lochelik Mizrach, now the Kenyan, the portion of the eastern side is acquired Lizat to this one, Vain Lizat, Chelik, Bo, and the other person is in a portion of it, Vain Shade, look variance from the second one to its friend. Ravashi Rama says, Kolon Shikaj, Holov Debatel Shalom, you have to, Ravashi says, he went, for example, say he went into his own property and made a chazak on it. Debatel Shalom, he has to, this one into his own property and made a chazak on it. Okay? Not a kidney suitor. Malcolm Shinogin, there's no some place there that many to build. Gavil of Avnit, villas mean stones, which aren't smoothed out. Gazs down in the Mashvin Gazes mean stones which are smoothed out. The Siv Koli Lavon and Vikaris, Kamidas Gazes, all these are stones, precious stones which are the measure of the Gazes. Okay. Now okay. Kavisin are Archi, Kavisin are Archi, are half bricks, Levanim are Livni are full bricks. Omli Rabbi Braid Rabba, the son of Rabba, says, Rashi, Mimai the Gavil, Amnid Lomishri. How do you know the Gavil means stones which aren't smoothed out? Then who? The high tefach with the Mersh, the Karnas, and this extra tefach, the reason why they want tefach more than the smooth stone is because for the jutting out of the corners, or whatever, it's all bumpy. Don't pog on the gazes too. Maybe I'll tell you real now, it's a half a gazes stone. Behind the tefach is there, the tefach is for living RV, it's for the Bani RV is between the rows of stones too. Kidakamrid, as we are going to, as we say, Kafisin is Archik, Kafisin are half bricks, Levanim is Livnil, Levanim are full bricks. Behind tefach is there, the Bani RV, and this extra tefach is for between the rows. Amalei with the Taimech, and he says to them, according to your reason, Kafisin Archim Nolan, Kafisin are half bricks, how do you know? Al-Gamar Gamirla, rather, what are you going to say? It's a tradition. It's a tradition which is passed down to us. Gvil Nami, so then Gvil also, having the Mashpim, that the fact that the stones are turned smooth, it's Gamar Gamirla, the tradition has been passed down to us. Yikadami, another lesson is, Amalei Ravacha, Ravacha Ben Ravami says to Rashi, Might have Kafis and Archid, then how do you know that Kafis are half bricks? I tafel Hasir, the Bnei Kar, and the Bnei Arvi, and this tax for tafel is for the space in between the two stacks of bricks. As you make the wall, you put two stacks and then put space in between the tefach and then fill it with plaster. Dilma my kafis, maybe what did I tell you that kafis in is kavni dilma mashpina, it's the same with stones which aren't smoothed out. The high tefach is the marsh to canal, so this extra tefach is for the jutting out of the stones, it's not smooth. You know, Minan, the Gavil, Abned says that Gavil is stones, which aren't smoothed out. God is Nishrim, and God is the stones which are smoothed out. The high tefach is this extra tefach is the marsh to canal, is for the jutting out of the stone. Amalei the Tamech, he says back to them, according to your reason, Gavil, the Abned, the fact that Gavil is stones which aren't smoothed out. Nolan, how do you know? Al-Gamar Gamila, the tradition has been taught to us. Al-Khanami Gamar Gamila, so to hear this one is tradition, is taught to us that it means stone, half stones, which is space in between. Amar Bayish Mamina, Kol Beni Horban, what we see from that we learn from this, and all between two rows, tafel, there should be a tafel there. Hani Mili Bettina, that's only with plaster, of the court, Ripsa, with stone, stony plaster, bite to the vein needs more. See Rashi. Vehechzik, and you've made it kazakana bechalko. That means Rafa before he made a little dug a little bit. The karka, think the chazaka karka can be acquired with ground can be acquired with chazaka. Yeah, doing some sort of ownership act. Achwe Sharatsu Shavishas, look once they've already agreed at the time of the division. A reach means to split a half brick, cut the levena into half of a levena. A levena is gimel tfachim, and a levena is 3 tfachim, a reach tefach metzach, and a reach is 1.5. Govi akosel a reach mekan, a reach mekan, and the thickness of the wall is one reach on this side, one reach on that side. The tefach v'emsa and tefach in between, shenosim sham tip there. You put their plaster for the strands and connect everything. Levanim was living, Levanim is a living brick, Shlomo is the full bricks, Levanim is Ilvina, the Ovia Kosa, one full brick for the thickness of the wall. Morsh the Kanasa, this is the jutting out to the corners. Rashi Avodim, the ends of the stones, boltos, the foot to stick on to the outside. She'eno Kolukas, they're not very smooth, they're not smooth. Lahachi by Ruch of Tefach, that's why you say that's why an extra Tefach. The veini are between the rows, vein Redimos Shemikan between the set of row on this side, vein Redimos Shemikan between the set on this side. No sin tip them, you put plaster in between. Emo Leveni Dilom Mishpian. Maybe I'll tell you Leveni means they're not smooth. Okay, Shmamina. The nafkamina the makabel of livnos, and the nafkamina would be if someone accepts upon him to build, close to look over one first brand, then we have to leave a tafach in between. So by teaching this, if we learn from this, there should be a tafach. This is from Rechza, that's with tit, but with Rechza, Avonim Dakus with tit, Bain, Shnek, Muslim, when you small stones and plaster, then it needs a little more than a tefach. Because I'm another relation is Hani Mila Birchza, there's only with the Birchza, Albatina low boy, how you don't need this much for regular just plain plastic. But if you use purple, then you need a tefach. Okay. Remember that we got this. So this is coal. Coal down the amos gova. It doesn't say that by gavas if you have 4 amos high, you have a postage kamisha. The thickness is 5. Koi then will stand. Below low koi then it won't stand. Amatraction with the amatraction having gavas lots and amma was 30 amos sizes in the base of English. 30 amos high. We'll have a pussy. Let's just push. It was only a 6 width. The comment stood. Given the Ika Tafach to services is next to Tafach to 6, then Klai stands. We make the Shani in my time law of attraction. We make the Shani when to make this attraction. Then Kikoi plus and Klai when it stands with 30, it stands. It's very low Klai. More than that, it won't stand. And therefore, it was too high. The second base to make this was too high to have this attraction. It could be 6 and go 30, but it needs to go more than 30. And we know to have a gavot. How do you know that it was even higher? The pasuk says, "Gadol yeh covered by Zem Archam and Rishon." It was greater the honor of the second base. This house later, the second one, or from the first one. Rabbi Shmuel. There's a machlok between Rabbi Shmuel about Rabbi Yochanan and Rabbi Lazar. Some say it's Rabbi Yochanan and Rabbi Lazar. Chanam Rabbinian Chanam Rabbi Shanam. One say it means it was built bigger, and one says it was longer years. Let's see Rashi. And then maybe the Rambam is called Amos Gov. You have a pussy hey Tzvacham Koi below Koi. It is not as easy in the Mishnah. God is Zenos and Tzvachim and Mesel. This one gives 2.5. Zenos Tzvachim and Mesel gives 2.5. Ketani safe and doesn't safe Mechayven also with no side down Amos. We obligate him to build it until 4 Amos. So the Chayvim Zeh the Gov Shmona, according to this calculations or this it will be if we wanted to get to 8 Amos or if you Tzvachim, we need double the width. 10 Tzvachim. Verochav. Well, I'm attracted to the vineyard. Shlomo was the building of Shlomo. Gazes have it was made of gazes. The Seva Avni gazes, stones of gazes. Havish Loshim Am was 30 amas kamasa. Veino Viola Kami Ela Am, and its thickness only an am. Will have the Lena Heichol. The Gachi Gadashim. This is to make a separation between the Heichol and the Gachi Gadashim. It was there and it was 6 thick and 30 high. 30 amas high. Zika Tafach to say there's an extra Tafach. When we show him high Tafach, this Tafach was of thickness, Mati. To be able to make it very high. We don't have to give for every 4 amos 5 tzvachim. The binyan with building Shai Gavoa Mea Amos was 100 amos in the second base of Mikdash. Zion says, this was the reason. This was the mistake. Because the first bias was 120 amma. The Hainu Tzadi Me'aliyah, that means 90 from the Aliyah Rishona, but bias Kuf Lamed, and the house itself was 30. And came Mikdash Rishon, if so the first Mikdash was Gavo Yosef. V'alkein Torah Omer Mem Yichash Yachshiv Ad Aliyah. And therefore you have to say that Mem you count till the roof. The Rishon Lo Habi Rak Shloshim. It has to mean not Mea means Mem. So it doesn't mean 100 means 40. You count until the Aliyah, 40 until the Aliyah. The Rishon Lo Havi Rak Shloshim, the first one was only 30. Now this one is Sheni Mem, the second one is 30, not 100. Because the whole thing in the first one was 120. But we're not counting the top part. So here too, if we don't count the top part, it's got to be Mem. As we say in the Mesechus Midos. Okay. Vishanim with years. Bais Rishon with the Dal Meos, the first seven base stood for 400. Basra and 10. Bais Sheni Vishdal and Meos. The Esim and the second one was 420, so it was more. The these are the holidays, they're both were true. And the Yavdish Tosim Amen wanted to make 30 Amen, the Binyan. The Ida Yavid first Parochas, to make the other part Parochas. So, okay, let's say you can only do 30. You're right, and you can't do more. You can only go up to 30. Mm-hmm. Okay, so but let's do as much as we can 30. Okay, we can do 30, and then let's do the rest curtains. Bro, let's keep going with the lesson of the Nami Agav Tifa when it stands 30 amos only because of the side of the wall of the roof, Maziva and the plaster. Rashi is Agam Tikra Maziva Sha'aliyah Haisen and the Suna leather, the attic was put on top of it, and Maziva al Tit, Shell Tit, and there was a plaster of tar. Tirchos al Gav was plastered on top of it, but COVID Hamasa Mamid Akosons, the heaviness of the weight would keep the wall standing. Shlo till the blood shouldn't turn to the sides. Hilkach Mikdash Sheni Shlo Haya Kosons. There from the second big Mikdash, there wasn't this wall. There wasn't a Kosol Lamed Megil Eliyah. The 31 wall wouldn't reach the roof. Lo Yochel Lamed the Kever can't stand because it was too high the roof, and you wouldn't have the weight of the roof to hold it up. Okay. Vitevas have an input. Maziva Kai, below Tikra Maziva Lokai. So without Mitikra Maziva, Kikai Tosan Amas when it stands 30 Amas, and Nami Agav Tikras Maziva to the roof and the plaster, Kai, that's how it stands below Tikra Maziva Lokai. Without the roof and the plaster doesn't stand. Liavima the after the Gemara says, okay, so do whatever you can. With building, with a wall. The make the rest of it curtains. Amr Baimar says, come here, we have a traditional kula b'binyan, or kula b'parachas. Either the whole thing with building or the whole thing with curtains. Or kula b'binyan, or either the whole thing with building, Mikdash, that's from the base of Mikdash. Equal b'parachas, or all of the curtains, Mishkan, we let that from the Mishkan is all curtains. Yiboiluhu, hain v'sidon, or dilma hain v'losidon. So back to the Mishnah. The Mishnah says, this measure. Does it mean this measure plus some plaster, or this without plaster? Rashi says, "Haim decided of the Hani Shir and the Masis. This measure is the Mishnah. Im Ovi Hatir is including with the measure thick as the plaster cut. That's what it's calculating in the hem to them. Odilma Makam Avanim Mukavi Pusya is the, or maybe it's the place of the stones with a thickness Levad alone. Tinnis and aside from the plaster of lime." Okay. Now, Amr Bnachman says, "But Yiskum the son, Yiskum Stabrahim, but Sidon makes sense them in the plaster. These Sagadai Zachem below Sidon means them without the plaster. This Nile Shir wanted to mention measure the shear, teach the shear of them how much plaster there is. And Allah Shemam Nahim, Sidon doesn't mean proof, don't we learn from here that it means them and the plaster. Low. And where it says, no, the Olamim Lecha Haim below Sidon, I'll tell you these measures of them without the plaster. But keep it below Tavi Tabu Tani, therefore, since they weren't a Tabu, they weren't taught. Tani, but it says, the God is Zenos and Tabachayim Metza, Mechza, Zenos and Tabachayim Metza by a Gaza stone. This one gives 2.5 to the 2.5. So we see halves. Hasam, Chad is the truth, but there it's fitting to combine them to get the full 1. 2 plus 5 is 2 plus 5 is 5. Full 5. V'al-katan tefach l'masa. L'amar chatzi tefach nami kasha. We see even half tefach was also counted. Because it's fitting to combine them. The shel zev shel zev mitzar from tefach. This one and this one combined with tefach, finishing off the 5. Tashem other being approved. Akarsham the korabim which we said in a garsh from Mavli. Okay, but the point is Rechava Kedei the Kabbalah Reach is thick enough, it's wide enough to accept a Reach stone. The Reach has Levena, the Reach is half a Levena. Shall give him a Tvachim and 3 Tvachim. So we see that it is 3 Tvachim, and the measure of the Mishnah with 3 Tvachim was the full measure of the stone without the plaster. Alma Gimel Tvachim, Hakoy Shama the Gemara says, the Rashi is the Minute Shabbos. Then you have Shemov, in regards to fixing up a Mavli for Shabbos. Gimel Tvachim, 3 Tvachim. Alma Gimel Tvachim Katani, the Katani, the Gabe Masis, therefore what he sees the 3 Tvachim, which said in the Mishnah, the Gabe the Vein, in regards to the Veinim stones, Keditani, Zenos, Tafach Metzah, Zenos, Tafach Metzah, says this one goes 1.5 to 1.5. So we see 3. Hain below see them is them without their plaster comer. The Hall of Veinim, the Chud of Mishloch Tvachim, because we see the stone alone is 3 Tvachim. Also in Bba Basra, they were talking big stones. Umasisim bebezotros, the Mishnah is talking about small stones. You see them with the plaster, lahav again with tefachim, only with 3 tefachim. So we're going to see back in the Gemara. The Kabbalah Reach, or Reach has Levena, shall gimel tefachim. Also, Bba Basra, there's the big ones. The Dekanami, the Gemara says there's also a diak to that. The Ketani shows a shlosh tefachim. It says that of 3 tefachim. The quality of zutros from enough implies there's a smaller share. Because why would you tell me that of 3 tefachim? We know what a levena is. Oh, you mean there must be 2 of them, and I mean the 3 tefachim. Implies there's a smaller one. Shemamina, we leave for this that it is there's bigger and smaller. It could be there's a smaller one. Ramish was really a smaller one with the plaster. I'm going to replace Rabbi Chesed said, "Lo destroy inishak bekanish." The person shouldn't destroy his shul. Add the bani knish that free to build another one, another shul. Ikdam mishum shia. Also some say there is a because of the shia, and you'll forget and you won't build the shul. Ikdam mishum shliya. Some say because of the davening in between. Shimshli Rashi says, "Kolzman, I've been all the time of the building. I was doing before." Shim Shia Dilma Misrami Onis maybe and it'll happen to Manonis. And partially make it going to be negligent. Labani and freedom will build the second one. Okay. Ikmanayr the Ika Bekanishta. There's a difference between them if there is another Bekanishta. Gimel says. Tuchtul it's Luya, they have to place the daven, so that's depending on what case you have. So therefore, meaning if it's because of Shia, then you couldn't be because of Shia. If because of the davening, I guess you have another place to daven. Okay, they would destroy and build the summer shul in the winter. And they build the winter one in the summer. Or sorry, they build. I guess there should be Sasri Bani, right? Sasri Bani, yeah, and they would destroy and build the winter one in the summer. Okay. Meaning during different seasons it was okay. Basic they had a shul to them, the Yom Sachar for the winter season. Short walls, which with thick walls. The colonnas more than a few windows. And they've seen it because of the cold. Basic in the summer they had a different shul. That the wind would rule in it and be very windy and nice. Amalei Ravina Ravina says Ravashi, Gabuzuzim Mafti, collect if you have the money collected and it's all sealed up. What's Allah for that? Can we break the shul and buy the stuff? Rashi says Zuzi, let's off basic and the needs of the basic of the shul. Chodesh is the new one, and Menachem biyad of Gabi, they're sitting in the hands of the collector. Mika lemechash the piyushua says it means they're for negligence or lower not. Okay, back in the Gemara. Amalei says in Dilma Misramalei, the Hupidim will happen to them, Pedian Shpuyim, you have to save a captive. You have a little Shrigi, the Veni, and they'll give it to them. Okay, but you have to give it to them. Shrigi, the Livni, you have rows of stones, Bahadri, Haduri, and like everything is, Umafti Kashuri. rows of stones. I'm not sure how to have there is, and it's sealed the beams. But the one is you have all the beams, the bricks, and everything in order. My, what's all then? Well, Rashi says, Shrigi Livni, Siddharm Helevain Levin stones are ordered. Zal Gavzel, this one on top. This one was the man of the seats and vineyards prepared to give them into, ready to give them into, put them in the building. Vaduri is the Ari. Oh, here it is. They're smoothed out and fixed. Rehite Hagag, the I guess those are the planks for the panels for the roof. They're called the Kabronish. Okay, my Amali Zimnim is Ram he says back to them, maybe will happen to them opinion and Viablo, you have to sell it and give it to them. He says back to them, I feel Bananam, you built the whole thing also, maybe you'll have to sell the thing. Bacon Rashi says Bacon just even a whole new show. We'll only start with the Akika, you shouldn't destroy the old one, they'll move this Ram Pidyon Shpuyim, because it'll happen to them Pidyon Shpuyim and they'll have to sell the new show. Amalei says to him, Diarti Inchi Lomazam. Diarti the Inchi Lomazam is the dwelling place of a man doesn't sell it. Okay. Sorry. Yeah, I guess people don't sell their homes. Choil u Vesukan u Lekalamechash. Yeah, Ravina Shekesh says if people don't sell their houses, for sure they don't sell their shawls. Okay. Lomazamni, Blom and Ella de Lochazi Batu. It's only when didn't see some sort of crack. Sabukazi Batu, but sees any cracks, so then you have to destroy it, bunny, and build it. Kiha the Ravash like that, Ravashi Chazi Batu is on some cracks, the condition is Bashil, the Mas, and Machasi Mas, Chazu, Shasri, Valpolia, the Hossam, he destroyed it and brought his bed into there. Below Afki had the Masukan didn't take out his bed until it was fixed. Leish Shvifi. Shvifi is the Marzivin, is the pipes, the gutter pipes. Now she says, El below armor below the story when we didn't say that we don't destroy the old one. El below has how causes it, so you didn't see any cracks in it. But Kula is cracked. She hames them in the floors and be prepared to fall. Then you for sure could break it down and fix it. Ayla the Puy the Hosni brought his bed. Look, Deshlo is Yash, but Vinyanolich would give up on the building of it. Shehachama Bagasham Mitzarno, so because the sun and the rain is going to pain him, and therefore he has his bed there. He's got to make sure to get it done. Shvichum Arzivin is the gutter pipes. Baba Buta Hefe Asve Lay Apes of the Hordis. Baba Buta having to give an idea to Hordis. The mystery, the basic English is to has to destroy the basic English and build it better. Like, how could you destroy it? As we said for the show. Okay, Rashi says anything has to be eight to the Hordis. I'm giving an eight to the Hordis because I mean in the comments later on in Bishmaiten. We can see we have Biofian. Then going is brought in for Yofin Garia. So let's see the story. Or just the base of English. How could you give to destroy the base of English? One of the low list you should make nishta the body make nishta achwin. But if place says you shouldn't destroy a show until you build another one. Even if it's you a positive if you want to say it's a cracks for seeing in it, Bba Basra Machus Shani, if you want to say the Machus is different. The Lo Hadrabe that you will never retract because uh, he, kings are a man of their word, or they will make sure to get what they did say done. Shmuel says, Yom Machus Akar, the king says he's going to uproot a mountain, Akar Tov Lo Hadrabe, he's going to uproot a mountain and not retract. Hordes of the Abd of Beis Hashmonai, however, Hordes was the king of the Hashmonai people. Not the name of Nukas, he gave his eyes to this certain little girl. Yom Echad, one day, Shama Baskol, you heard the Baskol, the witch said, Kol Abd the Mard Hashta, any slave which rebels now, Matzlach is going to be a Tzliach, it's going to work. Come Kazun Lakula Marasi, he got up and destroyed all his masters. Vishayla Huti left over that Nukta, left over the little girl. When that little girl saw the boil mitzvah that he wants to marry her. So she went up to the roof. Viramas and she raised her voice. And she said, Commander the Asya of Amr based Pashanoik, the Asina, anyone who says they come from base the house of Pashanoik, Abdahu, he's a slave, Loishtar Minai Elahi Nuka, that only remains this little girl. But he Nuka enough when the arrow in this little girl fell from the roof to the ground. And she did that because she jumped. Tom the Shavashanim that he put her in, he embalmed her or whatever for 7 years with devotion in honey. Ikadam Ribala, some say that he had relations with her while she was embalmed and stuff. Ikadam Ribala, some say he didn't have relations with her. The one that says that he did have relations with her. How the time this that he embalmed her, is to calm down his nature, whatever he really wanted her. But the Amrila Lobal and the ones who didn't have a relationship with her, I had to tell them this that he embalmed her, for the number of Bas Malkanas, in order that they'll say he married the king, the daughter of a king. Okay, however that will work. Amr man Darish Mikra Mikar Malach. And they say he said, who's the one to make the drasha? In the midst of your brothers you shall place upon you a Melech, a king. Rabbanan, those are the Rabbanan make that drasha, meaning it has to be a brother, not a slave. Okay. Kam Katsuna the Kulu Rabbanan got up and killed all the Rabbanan. Shavka the Babambuta, he left Babambuta the Mishkal Eitz may not take advice from him.